Hi, I'm Michael Stanley, and I remember it because sometimes we want to remember it. Anyway, today I'm doing a review of Home Alone 1 and 2. The movie I'll be reviewing today is Home Alone 1 and 2, also known as Home Alone Lost in New York. Roger Cosnell did not direct it. I mistakenly said that. It's both Chris Columbus directing 1 and 2. He did not come on to Home Alone 3, Roger Cosnell. He went on to do Smurfs, but that's neither here or there. Home Alone is both movie star Macaulay Culkin as Kevin, Joe Pesci as Harry, and Daniel Stern as Marv, the bandit. In Home Alone 1, it's about a kid, Kevin, whose family goes on vacation to Paris. He stays home alone after getting in trouble at dinner for beating up his brother Buzz for eating Kevin's cheap pizza. Now that Kevin wakes up the next morning to wonder where his parents went. And then he finds out he's left all alone. He finds out that the robbers, Harry and Marv, are planning to rob his house tonight. Now, don't get me wrong, people robbing houses are their opinion. What they do on their time, what they did was going to go wrong, and I'll explain why. He stops the robbers by setting up a bunch of traps, using paint cans, spiders, feathers from pillows, and Christmas bulbs to set traps. He uses kitchen tongs and torches for a trap on the door to get the robbers when they come in. Both robbers get with the traps. He sets up both traps and chooses Kevin into the house, another house, where the man with the shovel knocks out the robbers, and then the cops come and arrest him. Marv and Harry. Marv gives out a funny line. He says, "We're the wet bandit," and the song has "Yourself a Merry Little Christmas" play. Now that is hilarious. That's the funniest scene in the movie. Have yourself a merry little Christmas, because Kevin gives the robbers, a merry little Christmas. They're going to jail for all they did. Look out the window, and gives the robbers a wave. I'm going to get that little bad. All I got to say about Home Alone 1 and 2. Overall, it's a great movie for the holiday. If you like good humor, slapstick, and if you love John Candy, I'm sorry, he's only in the movie at the end. 5-minute cameo. They're going to give John Candy a longer arc story. He couldn't come in at the part where she was getting on the other airplane to come home. They had to wait till the end when she was in the other airport, Scranton, to find him. Oh, come on. There could have been so many comedian possibilities with John Candy. We could have laughed. He was only in it for 5 minutes. See, you take a great character like John Candy and toss him aside like he's dirty laundry. But I'm sorry, I don't think that's funny at all. I'll be talking about Home Alone 2, Lost in New York. Kevin's family plans to fly to Florida, but he messes up a Christmas party where he punches his brother Buzz again. He makes everyone fall down, and he says, rather go to Florida, he says, I'd rather go on my own vacation. On the way to the airport, he gets lost in the terminal. And wrong plane goes to New York City, where the movie takes place. In New York, Kevin ends up staying at a hotel where a hotel clerk, played by Tim Curry. Now, I'm going to throw out a little surprise for all you Home Alone 2 fans. Our president-elect, Donald Trump, I have a dark secret, and I'm going to put it on YouTube so everyone can hear me. That secret is he was in Home Alone 2, Lost in New York. He owned the hotel. Now, Mr. Trump, I'm not a hater of you. I don't like you. I never did like you. But you did a kids film. It was PG. You did a PG film for kids. And I guess you could argue that Macaulay Culkin's in it. Well, if Macaulay Culkin's in it, why didn't they have Michael Jackson running around? Hee and all that stuff. You just said couldn't find Michael Jackson at the time? Was he not available? Was he not available? Please, for the love of pancakes, don't ever say that. In New York, Harry and Marv bust themselves up. They end up in New York and Harry does not recognize Kevin at first. He says, "Our father saw something." Make plans to steal money from the Christmas Eve. Marv lets out their plan. Can't do anything about the robbers, but Kevin sets up a trap at his Uncle Frank's house where the robbers chase him to get back the picture. Kevin took while they were stealing. They get hit by bricks, tool chests down to greet them. They get hit with no guns and all kinds of other things assumed while happening in this house. I'm surprised his Uncle Frank was not home, because if his Uncle Frank saw what was happening in his house, he'd be mortified. If you ever had an uncle, wait till they're not home and then do what you're going to do. I'm not saying it's right to do what you do when your uncle's not home, but he's in Paris. For the love of God, if he ever comes home and he finds what you did in his house, you're going to be getting a bill, kid. While they're stealing the paint, Marv through the floorboard. Marv gets paint all over him. Finally, the cops come and arrest him in Central Park. They say, "You missed the prisoner's stain. The prisoner's already stained their prison." Marv makes the comment, "If this makes the paper, we're the sticky bandit." And he tries to spell it, and he can't spell it, and Harry says, "Shut up, you have the right to remain silent, Marv." Which Daniel Stern doesn't choose the right. Mom and a lot of money, and Dad says he runs up the hotel bill and he spends a lot of money, people. So I'm going to say, don't do anything when your parents are not around, and if you end up with their wallet, don't use their credit cards. I'm sorry, this is a disclaimer to all you kids who think running up credit card bills is a good idea. Don't do it. Disclaimer, you think this movie's funny, ha ha ha. Well, credit card bills run up, you could ruin your holiday, or you could really lose your parents' trust. So don't copy a movie that does it. Overall, I liked Home Alone 2, Lost in New York, which is better than Home Alone 3. Disclaimer. Now, before I throw out my disclaimer, let me state for the record, I did not like Home Alone 3. All you people, including Danny, Jay, who loved Home Alone 3, that's your prerogative. You loved it? Good. I'm glad you loved it. I'm not going to bash you. I'm not going to make fun of you. So I'm not going to say anything rude. In closing, Home Alone 3 it wasn't the same kid. It wasn't the same story. It wasn't the same actor. I wish they could have got Macaulay Culkin. And I would have loved to have Macaulay Culkin return for Home Alone 3. I guess overall there were some funny scenes that made me laugh. Home Alone 1 and 2 were both good, just as good. Next week I'll be doing Bad Santa 2. To close it, this is only adults only review. Thank you, Merry Christmas, you filthy animals, and a Happy New Year, you two viewers.